Hello there, everyone. Welcome to Season 2, Event 15. Here we have the penultimate event of the season. I am joined by one final guest commentator. Here is Ben Fica.
Hello, everybody. I'm thrilled to be here for the penultimate event of MMI. As the standings are so close, everybody down to the Cherry Chasers can still win. As we have to test run at 2 times speed here, it looks like it is a funnel endurance event. So it is going to be the white marble in the lead as we go down.
Yeah, it's gonna be quite a good event, I feel like. There's gonna be a lot of close finishes here. It's gonna be a duo event. Very interesting, as he's gonna start with Heat 1, which will be the Midnight Warriors, Snowy Wolves, Cherry Chasers, and the Crystal Cyclones. And we are off. Who will be first entering into the funnel? It looks like Cherry Chasers have both of their marbles quite up there. That's gonna be good for points, as first place will be getting 8 points, second will be getting 7, and it will go all the way down to last getting 1 point. So the Cherry Chasers right now are currently doing marvelous in that area, while meanwhile Snowy Wolves are doing the opposite of good. I think we have a very clear-cut top 2 and bottom 2 here between the Cherry Chasers, Midnight Warriors, and the Cherry Chasers are gonna get top 2. Oh my, in the first run just alone, the Cherry Chasers are getting the top 2.
Very shocking there from the team that's trying to give their all to win this season. They have a small chance, but they do have a chance. And getting the top 2 is really how you get it done. The Snowy Wolves had a terrible run, and I think along with the Midnight Warriors, they're kind of in a battle for last there. Maybe the Crystal Cyclones was it in this heat? They were doing They were not doing well. They actually got last. Surprisingly, the Snowy Wolves advanced. I did not expect to see that, but the Cherry Chasers dominate this heat.
Yeah, that was a bit of a surprise there, but I guess it must have been hard to tell considering Snowy Wolves and Midnight Warriors are very similar colors as we now move on to Heat 2.
It looks like it is the Golden Baguettes getting a very good start. That's very good for our hosts as we go down, swirling through these funnels. They're in a big duel with the. Is that the Emerald Gems? Yes, it is. The Emerald Gems and Golden Baguettes and a good one. That Emerald Gems have the top marble right now in a duel with that Golden Baguette. But that Golden Baguettes also have the last one down. They're one of the teams that can still win the championship, I believe, and they're going to get last place. No, they make a shove. And Team Smoke, the struggling team, no, they're not going to fall through. It ends up being the Emerald Gems. No, not the Emerald Gems. The Aqua Surfers. And the Aqua Surfers are going to get third. It looks like it's going to be the Emerald Gems advancing. And I think our hosts might have just barely done enough to advance.
Yeah, it's gotta be another close one for that second place, I'm sure of it. But the Emerald Gems are gonna have a clear advancement here. Team Smoke, Aqua Surfers, Golden Baguettes. Who's gonna get that second advancement spot into the semi-finals? It's gotta be a close one, as we're gonna see after the replays. And the score is, in fact, gonna come up any second now. Will be Emerald Gems and the Golden Baguettes advancing just by 2 points over the Aqua Surfers, who is actually tied with Team Smoke overall at 7 points. The tiebreaker will go to whoever finished highest. As we now move on to Heat 3, Camel Hiders, Team Oreo, Team Oasis, and the Navy Aircraft. Who starts out early on here? It looks like Camel Hiders have one marble up there, and then they dropped on through. Now it looks like Navy Aircraft have the lead, followed by Team Oasis and Team Oasis, and Team Oreo has 2 marbles up there. They might be able to advance, which could be good for the championship. In fact, all 4 of these teams are in championship contention as of now. Whoever advances here would be major affected by the championship. Camel Hiders, they're not good at advance here. Team Oasis has 1 out in front. Team Oreo has 1 in second. Navy Aircraft finishes third with one of their marbles. Team Oreo second. Team Oasis is gonna win overall. But who's gonna advance into this heat? Can't tell, other than the Camel Hiders not advancing. Who will advance to the semi-finals? It's gonna be a close one once again.
Yeah, this was an absolute kind of bloodbath here. Everybody in a mix, no team had a real big advantage except for maybe the camo hiders not doing too well down there. I think they had the bottom two right there heading into the final funnel, but it was super close between everyone else. And yes, Team Oreo and Team Oasis, the championship leaders, I believe, in Team Oasis, are going to move on to the next round. The Navy Aircraft, that's another big team that does not move on, and Team Oreo is going to move on with Team Oasis. A very close heat there between the top three, as now we head into the Cat's Eyes, Blood Moons, IKEA Shoppers, and the Sticky Slimes. IKEA Shoppers had a good start, but they've been inconsistent as of late. We go down, it looks like it's going to be the Sticky Slimes having the best start out of everybody so far. They circle around that second funnel. Is something changed? No, it's the Blood Moons up top now, I think. It's a bit hard to tell with those colors. That is definitely a Blood Moon, though. I think the IKEA Shoppers, they're not doing too well. I think they have one in the bottom two, but they also have one in second place. It's going to be close to see if that team can advance. The Cat's Eyes are not going to do well. Oh no, Sticky Slime pushes them through. And I think that's going to be enough for the IKEA Shoppers. The Sticky Slimes, who are in a good battle with them. It's definitely going to be the Blood Moons advancing. I'm not sure who takes second, though.
Yeah, all of these heats have been very close so far, especially with the championship this close up on top. These marbles are battling for every last spot they can get to try and get into the chance to try and win the championship. With some of these top teams out, maybe some of these teams lower down could take advantage of that. So gotta see here, will be Blood Moons and the IKEA Shoppers, trouncing Sticky Slimes and Cat's Eyes would not advance. They both tied equally at 6 points, as we now gotta move on to the 13th through 16th round, which will have all of the teams that finished fourth in their heat respectively. And we are rolling. It looks like Team Smoke already got a loose one heading into the second funnel. Camel Hiders have one marble that's leading at the moment. Camel Hiders are actually looking quite well in this heat. If they gain a few points here, that could majorly impact the championship standings as well. Crystal Cyclones and Team Smoke are off to a terrible start. It looks like we have a clear-cut top two and bottom two here. Crystal Cyclones, they're not doing too good at all. Camel Hiders, they have one marble up there, but also one marble down below. Crystal Cyclones, they're already done. Cat's Eyes are gonna know it's gonna be Team Smoke followed by, oh, that yellow eye marble. She lasted quite a while. And the Cat's Eyes are gonna win the heat, surprisingly, despite looking like they were gonna lose to the Camel Hiders there. But the Cat's Eyes will, in fact, win the heat, getting that 13th place, which could be influential. Not actually sure. Cat's Eyes are doing quite bad in the championship right now, so I'm not sure if that's gonna really affect anything. And there's the official statement. Cat's Eyes will be getting 13th, Team Smoke 14th, Camel Hiders 15th, and Crystal Cyclones will be getting 16th with only 4 points. I think that's the lowest so far.
Ammo Hiders, if I'm not mistaken, I think they're very high up in the standings. That could be crucial for their championship chances. We go into the 12th through 9th round. It looks very close at the moment, but I think the Navy Aircraft, no, it's not them doing the best. It is, I think, the Team Oasis. Or no, Team Oasis. We go down. It is the Midnight Warriors with the top marble at the moment. Navy Aircraft have that marble in last. That's not good for a team that's been doing well this season. They want to get as many points as possible to stay in contention. As they swirl around that final funnel, it's very close. All these heats have been very close today. I can't tell which marble that was that took last, but it looked bluish. Could have been a Navy Aircraft. The Navy Aircraft, they're not looking too good here, except they are going to get... Is that the heat winner? Yes, they will. They're going to win the heat, so that could end up saving them some crucial points.
That was actually the Aqua Surfers that managed to win the heat there. Navy Aircraft, I think they did in fact finish last place in that heat. There was a close one between them and the Midnight Warriors though. So both of them could be last easily. The Sticky Slimes looked to have a decent position all around. They might win this heat. No, it will be the Aqua Surface to win this. Actually, it's all tied. I didn't even notice, but it's all tied. Aqua Surfers will get 9, Midnight Warriors will get 10s, Sticky Slimes 11s, and the Navy Aircraft 12th because of that tiebreaker of the first place. So now move on to semi-finals with the Cherry Chasers, Blood Dreams, Emerald Gems, and Team Oasis. A very colorful heat here in the semi-finals. It looks like Cherry Chasers have one marble out in front. Blood Dreams are currently struggling, and this is a team that's very well good for photo endurance events. Have won quite a few medals in the previous photo endurance events. Surprised to see if they managed to climb any more spots. See, looks like they have actually managed to climb a few spots. That's their member Eclipse, trying to gain as much spots as possible as Blood is currently leading for them. It's like the other members, I couldn't really tell what was happening for that second place battle, so we're gonna have to take a look at the replay for that. But will be Blood winning for the Blood Runes. The captain yet again doing well in another Funnel Endurance event. Who would have expected it?
It was very close for second place. I thought it was going to be the Cherry Chasers the whole way, but they lost a lot of positions towards the bottom of the course. I'm wondering what place they got in the end. Team Oasis, I thought they did advance earlier. That was my fault. I don't think they did enough. We're going to have to see heading into the final funnel again in the replay. No, they did not. The Emerald Gems advance. That is very shocking. Cherry Chasers do not. And I don't know what this is going to mean for the championship. We could be in for a treat heading into the final event.
Yeah, it's gotta be a close battle as we move in to semi-final 2 here, with another 4 teams wanting to advance to the finals here. If the Golden gets advanced to the finals, that could be huge for their championship implications here.
Yes, it could be. The Golden Baguettes, our hosts, they've been having quietly a very good season. They've picked up a few gold medals. But the Snowy Wolves right now, they're doing a good job. They have similar uniforms to Team Oreo. I think it's one for each team up top. Maybe just the Snowy Wolves. So they go to the IKEA shoppers. They're not doing well. They have the bottom 2 at the moment. Oh dear, that is not good for the IKEA shoppers. Their team contending for the championship, and I can call it now. I don't think they're going to advance. The Golden Baguettes, it's going to be very close. They have 2 in the top 3. The Golden Baguettes are definitely going to advance now. And our hosts, that late season form is picking up. They maybe want to make a sneaky run.
Yeah, that was pretty obvious that the Golden Baguettes have been doing really well as of late here in the second half of the season. They might be able to make a move for the podium or even for the championship win. If they advance here and get a good position here in the finals, IKEA shoppers are definitely not going to advance. But who advanced? Team Oreo or the Snowy Wolves? It will be the Snowy Wolves advancing. They got 10 points to Team Oreo's 7 points. So now going to move in to the 5th through 8th round very shortly after these replays. And I think it's happening right now. Yep, it is the 8th through 5th round. And we're rolling. Whoever finishes high here will be getting 5th place overall, which at this point is really good for that Marbles team, regardless of if they're in a championship position or not. Looks like IKEA shoppers are doing well. Team Oreo is also doing well. Might be another close one. Both Team Oasis and the Cherry Chasers are struggling. Looks like we have a clear-cut top 2 and bottom 2 so far. It's as light as day who's currently leading. It's the IKEA shoppers. But one of their marbles are fully gone through, and now it looks like Team Oreo is currently leading, with both of their marbles doing well. Looks like Team Oreo might win the heat, followed by the IKEA shoppers in second. But I think Cherry Chasers might get third over Team Oasis. Not quite sure. We have to go look through the replays for that one. So we gotta take a look at the replays here. IKEA shoppers, they started out excellent in this race. Sure, what happened? I guess in the middle of the funnels, one of their marbles just got overtaken a bunch and started struggling, allowing Team Oreo to pass them by the total amount of points. This is not just the best marble that wins. Be Team Oreo winning by 1 exact point. IKEA shoppers will be getting second, in this case 6. Cherry Chasers will be getting 7s and Team Oasis will be getting 8s.
I don't think that's going to be enough for the Cherry Chasers to stay in, but the standings at the top with the teams getting fifth in the fifth through eighth round, a lot of them, it's going to be very close to Snowy Wolves, Golden Baguettes, Emerald Gems, and the Blood Moons. Join us for the final. Who has the best start? It's definitely the Emerald Gems. The Emerald Gems hold the top two at the moment. That could be crucial for their championship. The Golden Baguettes, though, they're making some moves, and now they have one in the top four, one in the top three, one in the top two. They're very close with the Emerald Gems, though their other Golden Baguette very low down. I see a Snowy Wolf there in the penultimate funnel. They do not have a good angle. There's an Emerald Gem, though. There's an Emerald Gem. That is not good for the Emerald Gems. It looks like it's going to be between the Blood Moons and the Golden Baguettes for the win in this event. It's going to be a big shove down there. I see a Blood Moon falling. They've fallen through. It's going to be close. That Golden Baguette, did he hold on long enough? I think the Emerald Gems recovered a bit. It's going to be very close between the top three. I don't think the Snowy Wolves were in it, but the Golden Baguettes, is that enough to win the gold?
Yeah, this is gonna be another close one, and of course it is the finals here, so all of these marbles are putting on their A game here for the finals. But that means they start off excellent with that two marbles out in front, but they struggled during the middle part of the race, where the Golden Baguettes look to gain as much position as possible. It could go either way between those two teams. I don't think Zoe also gonna do it. That's the official statement. Golden Baguettes are going to win by 12 points. Bloodhounds will be getting 10 points. Emerald Gems 8 and Zoe Wolves 6. It was all 2 point separation between each, but will be the Golden Baguettes getting that big 25 points, which could be good for them. They might be in the championship running. I think they're gonna actually move up to second place now as I say that. But they do get another silver in a funnel endurance event, which is good for them, but I think they're already out of contention. And the Emerald Gems, they're gonna get a bronze. They were nowhere near contention, but I think the only matter here is for the Golden Baguettes. This could be huge for them. And it was huge for them as they jump up to second place here. Team Oasis is still gonna be leading, but four teams are still gonna be battling for that championship. Three teams are still gonna be battling for the overall podium. As we'll now see you in the final event, which will be the Baguette Bash. We'll see you then.
Yeah, thank you everybody for watching.